All right, it's been a while since I posted. Been busy, been very busy, full-time mommy, private teacher, professional violinist, right? Every day is filled and every night. This is one of those unusual times that I get to practice in the morning because my son is actually in school, so I have a few hours I can get some stuff done besides all the other things. All right, I'll stop kvetching about the woes of the busy life. I will say I'm powered today by coffee and cookies. That's pretty much my go-to every single day, which is probably why I'm not the most healthiest, but I am awake. I thought I would just come back on here because I am currently learning Bruckner's Fifth. So far, not a big fan of Bruckner, not gonna lie, but that is also because it's tricky to learn. I was describing him as like, oh, and I'm going to get a lot of, from people that love Wagner, Freudian slip, Bruckner, because I called it a Wagnerian etude. Because he likes to do, the same thing, but slightly turn it chromatically, right? He'll just add accidental here and there, move up and down a half step, which is tricky when you're trying to like learn it and memorize it, get it in your fingers. So I'm only judging him based upon my practice at this point because it's a lot of work, but that's okay. It'll be worth it. So right now, not right now. I've been working on this for 2-3 weeks. It's a big symphony, right? It's an hour and 20 minutes long, something like that. So I will preface this with saying I should have approached this differently. I got really frantic when I, started working on it over winter break because it is so big. And in retrospect, what I should have done is made a plan. I always, when I get a new piece of orchestral music, I just play it through. And then I try to kind of listen to recording, obviously, to get an idea of how others played it, but I just try to play it through and go through and just figure out the chunks that are going to really need the work, right? And I try to put fingerings and stuff in. So it's a very slow, long process for the first week, maybe first few days, actually. It depends. This thing, huge. Anyway, what I was going to say is, in retrospect, what I should have done is on those first days of just, trudging through it, climbing it up the mountain of it, is started to make a plan. Like, okay, this I need to do, and wrote out the measures because it is so big. Because normally, I know I keep jumping back and forth. It's the cookie and the coffee. Normally with a smaller work, anything smaller than this, right? It's just easier. I just remember those spots. I'd be like, oh, I got to go to this page and I got to go. But it's so vast, this piece, that I think I got frantic and I didn't have a plan. Now that we've done our second run through, second rehearsal, now I'm getting more acquainted with, whoa, you really got to look at that part. Right? The other thing besides changing things slightly chromatically is he'll also change it rhythmically. And it's kind of cool. I appreciate what he's doing. And again, early stages of this Bruckner, I might be a complete fan by the end of it. This is an incredibly long video. I'm very sorry. I tend to ramble when I'm thinking. This is completely on the fly. There is no script to my YouTubes at all. Anyway, I do appreciate when he changes it rhythmically because it is very interesting and it catches you off guard and it keeps me on my toes, quite frankly. It's like I can't just go into autopilot, which I was doing on rehearsal on Monday, and it was really horrifying because they had to do this part 3 times because of me, because I led my section wrong and we had to do it 3 times, and I got it finally. I realized that I was doing it like we did it before on the previous page and before we started on the downbeat. But this one, we're off the beat. It's stilted. And so the first violins are starting on the beat and we're off and we're doing this. It's very, very smart. I do appreciate that. So far there's a little part of the Bruckner. Anyway, so this, oh, I can't flip the camera. Okay, I'll try to show that at the end of the video. Oh, well, here, since we're on the fly and it's a complete mess of a video and there's no editing, here's what I'm looking at. It's not ridiculous. It's on my iPad. and you have a glare of the light. Anyway, it's this part in here. And you can see I put an X by it. I had like awesome editing skills and, you know, no child and copious amounts of time. I would edit and put a picture of it, a screen clip of the screen, but I'm not. You just have to deal with my horrible technical skills on computers. Okay. So anyway, the first time, this one's easy and we do it twice. Yeah, this is the same thing twice, right? So, well, that was lovely. Right? It does again. Ends differently. Oh, that's actually the easier part. Let me skip ahead. That's the easy part. Okay, here we go. So we have this one. Now here's the first of 1, 2, 3, 4 variations of this next thing. So here's the first one. Here it comes again, but in a different variation because now we're starting on an F sharp. Played it wrong already because I'm thinking about the next one and what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so let me try the second variation. Again, starting on an F sharp after my pickup note. Okay. So the 2 is moving up. And that one's, to me, in my brain, that one's easy because I'm not doing any chromatic slides or anything. It just lays right. It's a very comfortable hand position, 1 half step, whole step, half step. So again, the first time, I'm not going to play the pickup notes this time. The first time it starts on an F natural and we're sliding our 2 half step. So I'm trying to get my mind to like latch onto things that'll help me remember because this is going really fast, of course. It's in 2. And it's a lot to read. You just have to kind of memorize it. And I'm trying to figure out how do I memorize it because it's such a slight deviation on the pattern that my mind, it's like a box of jigsaw pieces that are all scattered. Okay, so the first one that starts on the F natural, I'm thinking, okay, I'm back here, right? I've got sort of a W pattern going on, but not because I'm going to slide that 2 forward. So that's how I'm going to remember it. I have got the 1. I've got to remember 1 by the nut. Right? Easy to play on its own. Just putting it in the group is hard. And then the next one, I'm not going to flip the camera again because that's probably very jarring for someone watching this, if anyone watches this at all, which probably won't be true. The next one I've written W because I know that on this one, at the end, I'm going to end up with all whole steps, a W. I got this from Anna Pressler. She talked about how when she teaches students, she talks about the pattern of the hand. Remember the pattern of the hand. So I'm going to remember that at the end, I need to have a W, whole steps, winner, 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 vegetarian chicken dinner, right? That's a very odd sounding one. This one, it's, is that Herbie Hancock? Right? Okay, and then W. And then the final, not the final one, the third one, the 2 moves up. So it's again starting on the F sharp. So it's very similar to that one I just played, but we're moving up the second to last note. So we're ending up with these 2 together. So I'm sliding the 2. That one I can remember, I think. And then this one's the easy one that feels right. I just know, like, okay, that's the one that's comfortable, normal to my hand. Is that right? I'm on an up bow, right? I saw the W, but I did it too soon because I have to start with a half step and then a W. You see, this is practice, and I've been doing this for a few days now. Okay. Okay, that was the first time out of many. I'm starting to connect to it. third one instead of the second one. Cookie. Although, I shouldn't eat the cookie until I've done it right? I should give myself a reward. I'm going to do my cookie. All right. It's out of tune, but it's better. Yep. I did it again. I'm doing the third one instead of the second one. Let's try it again. That was better. Come on. Oh. Okay. Let's take it slower. To go slower. Going faster, I should go slower. Good. I was thinking about something. Never think about anything else when you start playing. Got to get the puppy mind to settle down. Actually, I was thinking about a student that I'm going to show them this later when I see them and tell them, because they have had trouble practicing. I'll be seeing them later this week, and I'm going to show them, like, I have to practice too, and I have to practice pretty much every day. I'll take a day off on Monday nights because I have symphony that night, which is pretty much, 3 hours of practice. But I have to do it every day. I mean, this is only 3 measures, and the symphony's 120. Golly. 1 hour and 20 minutes. I don't even know how many pages it is. I haven't looked, but it's a lot. Anyway, 28 pages. But I was thinking, like, I want to tell this student, I want to show it and be like, I have to practice too. And if I don't practice, I can't play it. And I'm fired. Okay? It's my job. I have to do it. And there is no excuse. The student in particular has to pass an exam thing. They have to place a bunch of stuff, and they're like, well, what does it matter if I miss a few notes? Because it's not the right notes. You have to play it correctly. Yeah, you're human. But I, as a teacher, can always tell if someone's been practicing it quite a lot and really thinking and trying to get the right notes versus, and makes a mistake, versus someone that has not practiced it and is just like, oh, I'll just cram it the day before. It's not going to work, guys. I'm just putting that out there. It's not going to work. You cannot cram practice. I don't care how good you are. You're not going to be able to cram it. So you've got to do this every day. You got to whittle it away. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting pretty darn frustrated with these 3 measures. I have practiced this a good hour, maybe not an hour, 40 minutes before I got on here and tried to record. And I still don't have it. But I can tell you that probably tomorrow, all this work I'm doing, my mind will have some time to settle it, and it'll be better tomorrow. I'm still going to have to practice it, but it's going to be better. Versus someone that's like, I'll just practice the night before, and I'll do it, and I'll pass this test. No, it takes hours and hours to do this stuff. But that's the cool thing, is all the hours that you put in, you get really awesome results. And you can be proud of the work that you did. No one can be really proud of cramming for something and being able to pull it off the next day. That's just a bunch of stress that's not needed. Okay, my lecture's over. That's what was in my head. Let's see if I can focus now and not think about all the other stuff I have to think about. I was getting excited. I'm going to stop the video now because this is incredibly long. It's just me babbling about. Thanks for going on my practice journey and hearing my practice lecture that the student's going to hear in a few days. Maybe they'll watch this video. I've asked them to watch before. I don't know if they will. But yeah, practice. You cannot cram for music. It just doesn't work. I mean, I guess if you're really, really, like a baby Mozart, right? Baby Einstein, and you've got that and quote raw talent. I hate talking about talent because I don't have that. I don't think I do. I don't think I think I'm a really hard worker, and I want to do well. I want to play it. I want to learn it. It's like a self-challenge thing. Just like running for me. It's like, no, I want to keep going. I want to see if I can push myself further and do it right. I suppose if you have that, in quote, talent that the rare, tiny percentage of people do, maybe you could probably just read through stuff. I have friends that can do that. But there comes a point for even the most talented, they have to practice if they're going to be a violinist. That's it. Okay? So if you're watching this, please practice. Okay.